Hey guys, so today's video is related to playing cards versus tarot cards, and a question I get often is when I'm reading playing cards online, people will say, can I just read them like I do tarot cards? So could the Eight of Spades be the Eight of Swords, and could the Seven of Hearts be the Seven of Cups? You can do anything you want at your reading table, and I do know some tarot readers who do this. I don't know why you would want to. I'll tell you why in a minute, but if you don't have a tarot deck handy and you want to read tarot and you don't have one, you have playing cards on hand, that's one way you could do it. You're going to have a partial tarot deck, obviously, because you'll have 52 playing cards, and obviously with the tarot deck you're going to have 78 with the majors. You'll be missing one of every court card and all of the major arcana if you're doing the playing cards. Also, if you ever have read Lenormand, one thing you'll learn very quickly is it reads very differently from tarot. So you'll get different messages, and it has a different voice. So when you use two different oracles, you get two different pieces of information. They are not alike. Okay, so you never want to muddy up one with the other if you're really looking for an authentic message from one or the other. So for example, with the Lenormand, if you get the Tower from Lenormand, it just means business, enterprise. It could mean building a wall up between you and someone else, like a boundary. But in tarot, it means a destruction or a complete revolution, or something is completely changed, or everything you thought you knew is different. It's a kerblam moment. Two really different experiences. Likewise, the Eight of Swords is not the same as the Eight of Spades. They're different meanings. So if I do readings on something I do tarot, it'll give me one nuance, kind of like a psychological perspective. I would say playing cards are more like Lenormand in their voice, than the way they read and the way you do combinations, than they do like tarot cards. And I think tarot card remains the most psychological supportive tool. I think this is probably the deepest tool in terms of how we think and how we feel. This is really what's happening. It is different than Lenormand in the message it comes through, and I can get stuff with playing cards that Lenormand can't quite give me either. But I would think that this and Lenormand were more the same. If you want to learn playing cards, you're going to find yourself in a very confusing journey in terms of teachers. So just like different tarot decks may have different little differences between decks of meaning, when you go to one book about playing cards versus another, or one online resource versus another, you're going to get really vastly different meanings. So it's very important on your learning journey that you pick maybe one resource, two tops. I have two that I use, and I would really stick to just those resources and really work on memorizing those. It's a little bit harder than tarot because you don't have the visual reminder of the images in the cards. Like this gives you a very clear image of something emotive. This is a little bit more like memorizing. The numerology will help you, and the colors will help you. When I do playing card readings, I love to do 6 card readings, so 3 and 3, and I read them in pairs and I read them in triplets, and they give a really nice message. Blacks tend to be the negative or more no type cards. Reds tend to be the positive or more yes cards. That said, each card has its own message, and it's really interesting. You can count how many reds and blacks and see if they evolve into better from worse. If they go from black to red, that means something negative that starts to become better. If they go the other way around, it's a downhill slide. My suggestion is, if you can learn to read playing cards, do not apply tarot meanings to them. It's bastardizing the system. You're going to, I think, have sloppier readings. If you like to do tarot readings, it's just another way you can do them, but that's not a true playing card reading. So if you can learn it, even if all you do is do it on your own and have that one resource, and you can sit with your book and open it up at night by yourself, write down the cards that come down, write down what each one means, put the little combinations together, and see what messages you get. I think you'll be shocked and surprised and even excited by the types of messages you'll get through that you won't get through your other card systems. And when you see that, and when you have that experience, it motivates you to seek this new oracle, to get things that there is no other way to get it quite that way. So if you keep the language pure, if you honor the language of each oracle, you'll get wonderful things. Mixing oracles is one of my favorite things to do in readings. So I'll give tarot, I'll give Lenormand, maybe a little angel, something this or that, whatever you use, but each one has a different approach and has its own value. So if you do playing card readings, I suggest learning it the right way, because if you want to read them like tarot, why do that? You have tarot decks. You can do it wonderfully with tarot already. Whatever you do, I'd love to hear about your experience and what you think and your favorite resources. And I hope you enjoy all your oracle experiences.